Hey, I have an idea, Kelly.
Oh, I love ideas. What do you got?
Let's do a dead end.
Yes, let's do that.
So we do people every other week, and then on the other weeks we do dead ends. And when we talk about people, I try not to do people that have passed too recently.
Why not?
I usually like to let the dust settle, and
Literally.
I usually like to wait until people are kind of almost forgotten, and then we come back with remember this guy or remember this lady?
Okay.
But here I'm taking a different tact. I'm talking about something that is recently
Deceased.
I
think we might be doing the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. You want me to guess?
Sure.
Are you talking about the U.S. penny?
I am.
That's mine too.
It's a dead end, man.
All right. Well, this will be quick.
Or it'll be long.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. 232 years of continuous production in the U.S. Mint down the drain.
But never officially called the penny.
Right. It was the 1 cent piece.
Yeah. Still.
And the penny came from the word Pfennig, I think in Germany or Denmark or something like that. But it was the British called their 1 cent piece a penny. And I think we borrowed it from them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, and of course we had the half penny also, the half cent.
Which, when was that? That was discontinued quite a while back, right?
1857. That's the last time something was discontinued, before last week.
And you think about the penny as being sort of outdated. The half penny, oh my goodness. I mean, that would be maddening to have to pay with half pennies, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen one though. I think it should be. I think a half penny should be
like a half a penny.
Literally like a half a penny, where you put two of them together.
Yeah, they should be magnetic. They should just click together. So the first penny, 1793, right?
Okay. And
I think it was much bigger at that time. It was like the size of a quarter or a half dollar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was called the Flowing Hair Cent.
Oh, okay.
And it had Miss Lady Liberty on it. Not a real person, but a depiction.
You used to have flowing hair.
I did. I was the, but cent was spelled Scent. I had the flowing hair cent. It was a Lady Liberty with wild flowing hair.
Right.
And it was criticized back then. They actually said that her hair looked like it was, quote, in a fright.
Oh,
that was the terminology they used in the 1700s.
That's the one thing they kept messing with was the hair on Lady Liberty.
Yeah. Because nobody liked it.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That was the heads part. The tail was just said 1 cent.
Yep. And I think part of the reason that they ended up making the coin smaller was to save on raw materials, because the value of the coin, it makes sense that the higher value coins should be bigger and thicker, don't you think?
It should have some kind of rhyme or reason, right? Like the dime shouldn't be the smallest.
Yeah, exactly. It should be bigger than a nickel. They should reverse those two. 100%.
Or the other way, but just make it consistent and not jump around. Right.
Yep.
No, you were asking how much it cost. At the end, as of last week, it cost 3.69 cents to make a penny.
So if you just made it 1/3 as small, if you made it 1/3 the size,
it'd be pretty small. A
yeah,
penny's not that big though.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, it's a penny. It's like the size of a mint.
So for the last 19 years, it's cost more than a cent to make a cent.
Yes, it has.
But do you know how much a nickel costs to make?
Yeah, I think it's like 11 cents or something.
14 cents.
14 cents. Yeah. No.
Do you think there's a school of thought that thinks that by getting rid of the penny, now we're just going to make nickels more scarce and more in demand, and that we're just going to have the same problem with nickels, especially since nickels cost so much to make?
I mean, don't you think we're just going to get rid of cash altogether eventually?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
It seems like that's whether you like it or not, that seems like it's the answer.
Yeah. So the most they say most people are sitting on about 60 to 90 bucks in coins just sitting around their
Right,
house.
right. If you went into every mattress and every couch cushion and every coffee cup and every little center console in the car and put it all together, you know, one of my favorite things to do with my kids, and even before I had my kids, the credit union, the UFCU here in Austin, um, they have a free coin counter, but it's only free up to $100. Once you hit $100, they charge you 5%. They charge you $5. So I had a Gatorade jar that invariably would hold about $96. Like it didn't matter what I filled it with, pennies, nickels, quarters, silver dollars, 50-cent pieces, but I could almost always count on that to pour it all out and to end up just under $100.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Most people have about $7 in pennies laying around.
Wow. Okay. So that's 700 pennies.
You were talking about that Coinstar type of machine. You know, they have those in
Yeah,
the
yeah. Well,
grocery
those cost
stores.
money no matter how much it
Right.
is.
So there was a guy who collected 1,308,459 pennies and took them to Coinstar. It's 4.5 tons of pennies. It took him over 7 hours to put all the stuff into Coinstar.
Okay, but that was really stupid because Coinstar does take a big chunk, 5-10%.
Should have gone to your credit union.
Yes, yes. And this done at $100 at a time.
Yeah. Well, it's $13,000 that over $13,000, but every $100.
Wait, and you said it weighed a ton?
4.5 tons.
I did actually calculate the size of a penny. So if you were to take every penny that was ever created, and I'm talking about the Lincoln penny, the Lincoln cent, for a uniform size, there's an estimated 535.7 billion pennies made from 1921 to 2025. And if you were to lay them all out side by side, you could wrap around the equator of the earth 255 times.
That'd be tough when you hit the water, though.
It would. Well, even tougher is you could go to the moon and back 13 times at 238,000 miles.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Did you ever pay for anything all in pennies?
I've paid for a lot of things in change, including pennies, but I don't
just
think
to be a jerk or like to be efficient.
No, just because that's what I had. I mean, we're talking like $4 or $5 worth of change, and sometimes actually, stores or vendors appreciate it when you do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that nowadays they don't even know how to count change. I'm sure they really appreciate that.
Right. From the flowing hair scent, we had one with an eagle, I think, for a little while, the flying eagle scent, which was 88% copper and 12% nickel. And then the Lincoln penny, which started in 1909, it went through several different blends. So from 1909 to 1942, it was 95% copper and 5% zinc.
Right. And they released that one because of Lincoln's 100th birthday.
Yes. And then in 1943, you had your steel penny.
Steel penny.
I've had a couple of those. Have you ever seen one of those?
No, but it was a terrible idea because people confused them for dimes.
Yeah. And they were magnetic because they were steel.
That only lasted like one year.
And then from 1982 until 2025, the penny was actually made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating.
Right. But from 1963 to 1982, it was 95% copper. So if you get a penny from the 70s or 80s, early 80s, it's
worth more.
Solid. I don't know about that.
It feels heavier.
Probably is. But yeah, it feels heavier. And in fact, did you know change is filthy, right? Like it just
Yeah,
carries
yeah.
everything.
So
Like
you put it in your mouth to clean it. You just kind of get it in there and swish it
it's the
around.
worst thing you can do is put it in your mouth. And pennies can carry E. coli and staph infection and listeria
Oh.
and mold and like thousands of microbes per square inch, right? And the penny is the dirtiest of all of them.
Why is it the dirtiest?
Um, because it is. I don't remember
Because
why
you
it's the
made that up.
dirtiest. No, I didn't make it up. It's the dirtiest one of all.
Okay.
But no, check it out though. Listen to this. That copper is naturally antimicrobial.
Then wouldn't it be
So,
the cleanest?
well, pre 1982.
So old pennies are cleaner than new pennies.
Old pennies, you can put them in your mouth, swish it around, nothing's going to happen to you. But
I've done it.
One of those. I'm sure you have. After 1982, I wouldn't mess with that
Okay.
because you're getting mostly zinc.
Well, so the motto "In God We Trust" it debuted in 1909. But do you know about the 1787 penny? What it said?
No,
It said, and this was attributed to Ben Franklin. It said, "Mind your business."
it did not.
It did. Yes, it was called the Fugio cent. Fugio cent.
Ben Franklin, as we've talked about,
He was funny.
Had some really good ideas and some, harebrained ideas.
I kind of like "Mind Your Business" better than "In God We Trust." It's very it's very businesslike.
It's very snarky.
It is kind of snarky, coming
Mind your
from our
business.
founding fathers.
It didn't mean what "mind your business" means now.
I think what it meant was, that we should prosper as a nation because of business, right, but also to mind the business of growing a new nation. I mean, this was 1787, so
it didn't mean quit reading my penny.
Right. Keep my penny out of your mouth.
Oh man. I was asking if you had ever bought anything with pennies. In 1978,
besides a gumball machine,
there was a guy in 1978 who bought a new car with pennies.
With pennies. Wow.
Yeah. 433,000 pennies. So it was like
you kind of wonder
bucks.
Too if maybe some of those pennies were some of those misstamped pennies, or like the ones with the double eagle, something that was some sort of mistake that makes them worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I wonder if they were okay with that, or if they really were like, really, come on,
the car dealer.
Yeah, I could see that going either way.
They just took it down to the Coinstar after that, and
they should have taken it to your credit union.
Yeah.
People throw away $3.7 million a year in fountains, in pennies, or in coins. And like the Trevi, have you ever been to the Trevi fountain in Italy?
No.
It's the famous in Rome. That's the famous fountain where people, it's $4,000 a day. They fish out of that fountain. $4,000 a day in euros and money from all over the world. Most of the fountains around the world where people, including like the Bellagio in Vegas, they donate that to charity.
Right. That's what I always heard was done with it.
Disney, it's about $20,000 a year that go into Disney fountains, and they donate that stuff to charity. I mean, that's what pennies have become, right? Good for
something
wishing.
You throw in the fountain.
Yeah, I mean, not really, which is, I guess, why they got rid of them, right?
Or they end up on a train track getting mushed.
There were 3 billion pennies produced last year. And there's 114 billion pennies out there in circulation, but only about a third of those are actually being circulated. The rest are just sitting in piggy banks.
Yeah. I kind of wonder about that. Like, is it good to hold on to the pennies I have, or is it better to just take them and,
It will take hundreds of years for those pennies to be worth anything.
Well, no. What about the half penny? I mean, look at that. That's gone.
Do you have any of those?
No, I don't. So, everybody knows who's on the front of the Lincoln penny, right? Do you know who's on the back of the Lincoln penny?
Was that the wheat?
No, I'm talking about the when it was changed in 59. It's a
Oh,
building.
yeah, the Lincoln Lincoln Memorial. It was the only coin that had the same guy on the front and the back.
Yes. You can see a tiny statue of Lincoln on the back. So he's on both sides of the coin, actually.
Yeah, and that was for his 150th birthday. They released that one.
Yeah. I do have some wheat pennies. So that's not bad.
In 2009, for his 200th birthday, they released a bunch of different backs, a bunch of different tails. Did you know about that?
Yeah, of every state.
No,
that was the quarters. That was the quarters.
No, in 2009, they released 4 different, let's call them the tails, right?
Yeah.
So Lincoln's on the heads, and then on the tails, one of them was a log cabin.
Okay.
Another one was him sitting on a log reading. Another one was him standing in front of the Capitol, and another one was the Capitol dome.
Really?
And they were they're 4 different, but that was only for 2009 pennies. I just never look at the backs of. I probably haven't used a penny since 2009. Frankly,
you don't have pennies sitting within 15 feet of you.
No, I just don't. Do you know about penny loafers?
You would put a penny in the top part of the shoe, right?
There's I'm guessing you never had one, did you?
I did not wear penny loafers, but why? What was the point of losers?
That? Well, so the design comes from a Norwegian slip-on shoe called the Arlen moccasin, and then Bass, the shoemaker Bass,
Oh yeah.
They adapted that in the 30s. They marketed it as the Weejun, Weejun, like a Norwegian,
like Norwegian, but just the last part.
I don't know if that's a slur or not. And then in the 30s, people actually started putting pennies in those slots. They had little slots in them.
Yeah.
Now the story is, and I'm not sure this is true because, but the story was that a phone call back then cost 2 cents.
Oh, so you had 2 shoes.
So it was like emergency phone money. But there's people say that actually it cost 5 cents back then when the penny loafers were popular.
Okay.
But I like this story that it's like an emergency phone money. And some people put guitar picks in there instead of pennies. Some people
if you needed a gumball, 2 gumballs, you could get 2 gumballs out of a machine.
Yeah. Some people put subway tokens in there. Yeah. And nowadays, you know what people put in there? Air tags.
Oh, and they're penny loafers.
So you don't lose your shoes.
Wow. Well, the whole idea of us getting rid of them, what do you think about that? Do you feel like that's a practical thing that needed to happen and you're glad it happened? Or do you feel like it's something that we shouldn't be doing?
I feel like on the face of it, it sounds like, yeah, probably this is something that, especially since it costs more to produce, nobody's really using them. We're mostly digital economy. I worry that we haven't thought about what the unintended consequences might be with respect to like the nickel. Is everything going to go up? Like get rounded up?
Well, I think that's the official thing. Is if it's if it's $4.92, you pay $4.90 with cash. And if it's $4.93, you pay $4.95.
And you should still get the 3 cents back until all the pennies are gone, though. Like they're still going to be in circulation.
But I feel like does let's say a convenience store where you might use cash. Are they obligated to use pennies to give you change?
They better.
I mean, we still have those little trays of share a penny.
Just because they're not making them anymore doesn't mean I don't get my 3 or 4 cents back.
Or would you rather they just always round it in the customer's favor?
Round down?
Yeah. So if something was $4.94, I would only charge you $4.90.
I still think it's shady that they give gas prices that are 1 cent lower than they actually are by using the 9/10 of a cent, which has
Right,
never
right,
existed.
right.
I think that is shady as hell.
Well,
And nobody talks about that.
that means for every 10 gallons you buy, you pay 9 more cents or something, right? Or
Nobody ever talks about that.
yeah.
When you say, "Oh, what's gas price?" and you go, oh, "It's 2.89," it's really not. It's 2.90.
Yeah.
But you're saying 2.89. You're just
Because you don't see that little tiny 9/10. Yeah.
I see it.
No,
I see it.
it's all
Kelly, I see
trickery,
it every
man.
time.
It's all
It's
yeah.
all trickery.
You're pretty and I'm sure you drive like 10 extra miles to save 9/10 of a cent on your gas. Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
um, I think it's time has come, and while there are going to be unintended consequences, other countries like Canada, New Zealand, Australia, they've all phased out their low value coins, right? And I kind of feel like we should get rid of the penny and bring back the $2 bill. Actually,
Oh,
not a
let's bring
$2
back the
bill.
half penny. Let's get rid of the penny, but bring back the half penny.
Or let's
but
just
make it.
let's chop all the existing pennies in half.
That's a wonderful idea. That wouldn't cost any money.
Yeah. Yeah. Send them all back in.
Nickels make less sense than pennies. No pun intended. They're more sense, but they make less sense.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they cost 14 cents to make. So it's about the same, 3 times as much. And they're just as useless, right?
Well, we should reduce the size and material. Are nickels made from nickel? Probably not. We should reduce the size and material of the nickel to be smaller than like the here's what we should do. We should promote the dime to the size of the nickel and reduce the nickel to the size of the dime.
Yeah. In 1857, they made pennies out of nickel.
Oh man, this is so confusing.
No, I like the $half. The sheer size of the $half is so like obnoxious. You know what I mean?
They're super cool though. I mean, when you get one,
cool.
or have you ever had
a kid, but can you imagine having a pocket full of those?
Well, have you ever had like a Canadian loonie or a toonie in Canada or the
They're
pound?
not as big as that $half though.
The loonie and toonie are pretty close. Are you talking like the John Kennedy?
Yeah,
no, that's a silver dollar. That's a silver dollar you're thinking of.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
The $half are a little smaller. But then
I'm talking about the silver dollar. That thing is obnoxiously big.
Then there was the Susan B. Anthony dollar and the Jacques dollar, which I think those dollar coins are super cool. I wish that I remember when the Susan B. Anthony came out, and we went to this is my same grandparents that had the Johnny Cash records and the Ray Stevens records. We went to the bank and we got some Susan B. Anthony dollars, and I think it was like 1978, 79, something like that. And I remember my grandmother and my grandfather, one of them telling us that, like dollar bills are very inefficient because they wear out so quickly. Like they actually have to be shredded over way faster than a coin. Coins last a lot longer. And so once you make a coin, it stays in circulation a lot longer than a bill will, usually. I don't think Canada has a dollar bill anymore. I think they only have coins.
Right.
So
right.
For that reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the big question, Alex. How many times have we picked the same thing? We did this with Dr. Seuss, right?
Dr. Seuss. I think that's the only time that we've accidentally picked the same one.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was a little worried that we would.
You were?
Because it was such a big, like, public dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to hear what you think, audience, about the end of the penny, the end of an era. Should we cut them in half? Should we clean them in our mouths? Should we collect them or get rid of them? Should we melt them all down, put them all on train tracks? Let us know.
I have a question for the Canadian that you live with.
Yes.
I want to know that in Canada, do they play quarters with loonies and toonies?
Oh,
They don't have a quarter.
I will find out.
Their drinking games 4 times more expensive than ours are.
Probably more expensive and probably more potent
And more polite.
and more polite. Yes, all of those things.
Oh, penny bright in copper sheen, bought my dreams in a gum machine. A nickel's too much for the fun I've seen. Just 1 cent, oh, how you gleam. Penny for your thoughts, oh penny divine. Slipped in my loafers, you shine so fine. No more jingles in my pocket line. Oh penny, the loss is mine. You danced through markets, paid my fare. In soda fountains you found me there. For a candy stick or a chocolate square, now you vanish like a whisper in the air. A copper heart, a nation's thread. Oh, where will we toss wishes instead? Penny for your thoughts, oh penny divine. Slipped in my loafers, you shine so fine. No more jingles in my pocket line. Oh penny, the loss is mine. No more spinning you to decide my fate. No more scratches on your tarnished face. Heads or tails, the game's erased. A little